morning, everyone. So, welcome back to 5 Minutes of Yoga with Este every day. And something came up for me this morning that I wanted to share, but as I was sitting down on the mat, I got the voice of, what are people gonna think, you know? And it's really not actually what are people gonna think, it's actually like my mind fills in the blank of what people are gonna think, and it's usually not in a positive way. And then there was this voice of like, this is what came up for you this morning, share it, you know, put it on the video and that's it, let it go, wherever it goes, it's not really my business. So I was doing my laundry this morning and I met the porter in my building and he started telling me about how, you know, the weather and the news and how terrible things are. And it got me thinking because I actually, from listening to different inspirational speakers, have stopped listening to the news. And I know that that might sound like the craziest thing and put me out there as like this super illiterate, naive, not even naive, but more of like illiterate, uneducated person. But, you know, I started trying it out for like a couple of days, and what happened was, number one, I started noticing when do I listen to the news and what I do instead now, which is I put on, you know, different inspirational speakers to talk about, you know, law of attraction, which has definitely brought better things into my life than listening to the news. And the other thing that I noticed, which I didn't notice for a while, but one day I was in a car with my friend and she put on the news and I felt this physical anxiety in my body and I was like, what just happened? Like, it was so real and I was so able to like tap into it so quickly because it was like this complete panic. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like listening to the news, what's going on, like in North Korea, I'm in a panic. And that's when I really realized what a negative effect the news has on me. And I started realizing like it really makes a difference what I listen to, who I talk to, what information am I allowing into me, and allowing all these feelings of anxiety or negativity into my life. And the conversation I had with my porter was actually, he said, oh, there's so many terrible things going on in the world, you know, there's rain in California. And I was like, the sun came out today, the world is still turning. And he was like, you know, you're right. And he laughed and, you know, I said to him, do you have people who live in California? And he said, no. I said, are you going to visit California? He said, no. So I said, so maybe just like let go of what's going on in California, you know? And yeah, that was my morning conversation with my porter today. So join me for 5 minutes of yoga. That was a pretty long introduction. Okay. I'm just gonna start with just some twists on the mat. So inhaling both arms all the way up. Exhaling over to the right for a twist. Inhaling the arms all the way up. Exhaling over to the left. Again, arms come all the way up. Exhaling to twist. Another inhaling and the arms all the way up. One more, exhale to twist to the other side. Sending the heart forward. Twisting at the belly. Come back to the center, shake it out. Pressing the left palm into the mat. Inhaling the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Pressing the right sit bone into the block or the mat. Exhale, reaching over. Turning up towards the ceiling, having the heart open. Exhale, arm comes all the way down. Inhaling the left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, over to the right. Pressing the left sit bone into the mat so that you're really giving a nice stretch to the side body. Exhale, arm comes down one more time. Inhaling the right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Exhaling it over. Arm comes back down to the mat. Left arm comes all the way up and over. Coming back to the center and just closing the eyes for a moment, placing the hands on the thigh, taking one deep breath in exhaling it out. And then we're gonna come into a tabletop position, and we're gonna go straight into downward facing dog. So pressing the toes into the mat, pressing the fingertips into the mat as you lift the sit bones all the way up towards the back of the room, elongating the spine, pedaling out the feet. Exhaling it out. Taking one more deep breath in. Exhaling it out. Inhale the left leg all the way up. Exhale, bring it outside of the left palm. So it's a really nice deep hip opener. And just rock back and forth over here. You can turn the toes out a little bit to give you more room in the hip if that's what's needed. Elongating the spine. Pressing the right palm into the mat, lift the left arm all the way up. And then over the ear. Exhale back around. And then send the left leg back. Back to downward dog. Pedaling out the feet. Inhale the right leg all the way up. Bring it outside of the right palm. And you can turn the toes out also if you'd like. And just rock back and forth. This pose I find for some reason really, if I'm congested, it really clears it out, which is nice if you have a cold or sinus infection or anything along those lines. And then inhale the right palm up. Send the heart back. Arm comes over the ear. Exhale to round it. Back into lizard with the arm straight. And send the right leg back. Pedaling out the feet. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, back downward facing dog. We're going to do 2 more rounds of that. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, coming forward to plank. Send the heels back, shoulders forward. Nice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then bend the left knee really deep so you open the chest towards the right, and then come back to downward facing dog, and then the right leg bend deep. We'll do it 2 more times. Once on each side actually. Bend deep. Coming back. Bring the knees to the mat, widening the mouth, sitting in the heels. Coming into child's pose. And then coming back up. Thank you for joining me.